l'ensemble des autorités qatari pour les marques d'attention qui m'ont été réservées à ma délégation. Mon engagement au Sénégal est en réalité le choix du peuple sénégalais qui s'est battu.
There was this option for the people of Senegal
avec 54,8% a été respecté. Ce qu'il faut saluer, c'est cette maturité du peuple qui aussi transparaît à travers ses dirigeants.
We would like
le peuple sénégalais qui a voté dans le calme et la sérénité.
the Senegali people
de comprendre
No sound. No sound. Which and we gave an example to all the youth in we can reach power and achieve.
Quand on parle de jeunesse, vous n'avez que 44 ans, donc vous avez aussi
and you have easy. Have an Senegal the system and we are changing our of changing our economic system is that we are targeting economic sectors, agriculture, the technical training, of products, our the future of new jobs.
Natural resources. The country is on track, we hear, to start supplying oil and gas very soon. How will this benefit the people of Senegal? How do you ensure that these natural resources won't be once again exploited by Western powers?
First of all, the commitment is to work in a way these resources are dealt with or in a responsible and continuous manner. And we have to share the the outcome of these resources, and this needs transparency in the and governance in the way we're dealing with these resources. And as soon as we start exploiting those resources, petrol and gas, when I came to power, the civil society and unions and all the actors who have a better position in this process The idea is to say that the resources they belong to the people, and the people should have and should be informed and an idea about the benefit of Senegal from these resources, and it's used in various economic sectors, in particular health, education, also. Contributed without forgetting the rural areas behind. In a homogeneous way.
Towards some of the world's Western nations that have traditionally had such a key resources.
For us, the question is to use those resources to develop other sectors, in particular agriculture, food sovereignty, and also to serve the digital fields, which are interesting for the youth, and also take into consideration the importance of the youth. So we digital hubs, African digital hubs, in order. So Africa has to be transparent and equitable distribution of the resources in order to transform other sectors which are not connected to these resources. And this is a main occupation for us.
I think aims at collaboration between your country and the rest of the world. Let me talk to you about some of the crises that we see around the world, not just in the Sahel region, but as we've been speaking about throughout this forum, from Ukraine to Gaza to Syria, Sudan, Yemen, and elsewhere. What is your perspective on cooperation among nations during these turbulent times?
Sur le plan
in Africa and in the Sahel region, we have to take into consideration that there are terrorism and violent extremism, insecurity. Senegal has played an important role in favor of peace, and this is historical. We have the same position and attitude in favoring the youth and allowing the conflicts are solved by peaceful means, especially between the African countries. And it is very important for us that Senegal thinks that we have to bring bridges between people and states. And this is the objective of the mediation that we are playing between the Sahel states or countries. We encourage concerned parties to play an important role, and we don't have to give up against voice and to consult each other in order to find solutions which could treat with this poverty.
Was the Economic Community of African States, which is a regional grouping of some 15 member states from West Africa, a regional grouping focusing on economic and political issues and security. During its summit last April in Nigeria, countries, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, who have threatened to formally leave ECOWAS by the beginning of this year. In January, there were recent military takeovers in each one of these three countries. How much progress have you made in your mediation to try to persuade them to remain within ECOWAS, and what happens if they do leave?
These countries are sovereign countries. As I said, for peace and security in the world come make the difference by a dialogue stopping us from keeping the alliance of the Sahel, because it's here and it helps us meet the security issues faced by these countries. But the integration of the CDO has played a role in the facilitation of the circulation of people and goods. I was a mediator by the president of the CDAO, and I was also a special envoy, and he has done a remarkable job. The communication stayed also between me and my colleagues in other countries that know that Senegal is here to support them, and will always stand next to them, because we share the same.
Get into some kind of union amongst themselves once they leave ECOWAS. Is that a challenge, do you believe? I mean, you did say that, you know, these are sovereign decisions, which they are. But how important is it for ECOWAS to keep them within the group in order to have a more common approach to dealing with the region's problems?
These are countries that we share with many things. We share borders with other CDAO members, and when those countries have security issues, we will also face security issues, since we share the same borders, and terrorism can arise anywhere. The advancements that we had in the CDAO through the different mechanisms should not be obscured by the issues of governance that necessitates a reform. And this is how we should work. It's through the CDAO that we will be able to rise to those challenges, and the CDAO is called to face those challenges. As I said, the Sahel Alliance faces problems, and this doesn't stop us from keeping them in the CDAO, since they will improve and within a frame that